You know what? Like she tells you can do these things, but what are the requirements and things like that you have to meet? Because it won't be that easy for somebody to give you bread. I don't care.
To loan you a bill, even if
Yeah,
you can or cannot pay it back.
pay it back.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah,
But to get you a mill, there's a process.
that,
So what
exactly.
can you
So
do through that process? Right.
she's like and again, those programs that she's saying like she's trying to push like through the HBCU, more apprenticeship programs and things like that. Those all sound good, but they may work, they may go, and they may not go. These again not guaranteed. They're not saying like, hey, when I get in, I'm coming. I'm going to go sit down with all the HBCUs, and we gonna get to the bottom of this. And because I'm gonna look. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing. Like, people always say, like, well, when Obama's on, like, what could he do? He couldn't. If he couldn't do
Executive
anything,
order.
but my thing is, if he couldn't do anything, then what the hell we voted for him for?
You mean the second time?
Yeah, like if you couldn't
Right,
do
right.
nothing, if you couldn't do anything, now you don't have the Congress. When you had the Congress, you were supposed to put your foot on their neck and push shit through for the next 2 years.
Especially executive orders.
Yeah, like nah, I'm doing this. Fuck that. I like how this sounds. I'm gonna push this, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, but you didn't. Like you didn't even do little shit. Like give give Jack Johnson a pardon. You give Marcus Garvey a pardon. At least if you'd have did some shit like that, people could be like, I can see that. I like that. At least you was trying. You was doing little subtle shit.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Well, he did. I think he did pardon some
He,
people near
he
the
did
end.
pardon people. He
Yeah,
did,
he
but he
pardoned.
didn't pardon like that. Those are two easy pardons right there. You know?
Marcus Garvey and Jack Johnson.
Trump pardoned Jack Johnson,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like, think
right?
about it. Like
So
Marcus Garvey,
I'm
like
just,
he will
I'm
never
just,
get a holiday here, by the way, or
no,
Malcolm
fuck,
X. Yeah,
nah, we know that.
unfortunately.
But I'm just saying, like again, we're looking at when you're reading these things, you got to read them as what they are. Look at the words that they're saying. She will provide tools to black men to build wealth, support their families, and lead in their communities. That's
You
what
know
she
what that
said.
is? You know what the tools are? A manual and a pamphlet.
Yeah, I mean,
Those are
providing
tools. You know
her
that, right?
major, the major points of this agenda,
Mm.
and she lists them are five: providing 1 million in loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business; championing education, training, mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs in high demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to becoming teachers; supporting a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency and digital assets so black men who invest in and own these assets are protected; launching a national health equity initiative focused on black men that addresses sickle cell disease, diabetes, mental health, prostate cancer, and other health challenges that disproportionately impact them. Five, legalizing recreational marijuana and creating opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry.
That's at the
That's
federal level.
yes.
Okay.
So I mean,
Hmm.
five, let's go with that all day.
So why they
Legalize.
couldn't do so why? Because
They,
that you could executive order that too. Because states are deciding what they want to do anyway. But at
yeah,
the
but once
federal
you take,
level,
because
yeah, you gotta
once,
take that away.
because once you take that off the books, now these cats can put their money in your banks or whatever.
Exactly.
But they can't even do that, so they can't even have ATM machines in there or any of these things in there. Or if they
Exactly.
do have it, they're not putting the money in the bank. They staggering it in other shit, real estate, crypto,
Yeah.
shoebox, whatever. What I mean,
Absolutely.
so that's if that's the opportunity, that's the play, then definitely push forward with it. Launching a
Can you read that first bullet point again? Because that's the book we read the whole program.
yeah. So it says
Well, the bullet point says what?
provide $1 million in loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business.
Stop there. Now we read the whole thing, and we
Thing.
know that it's $1 million in loans that's fully forgivable up to 20,000.
Yeah.
She left that part out in the bullet points.
Exactly. That's a
So
like
that's what I'm
switching.
saying.
That's
Like,
that switching bait shit. That's that shit John I'm talking about. When you reading, you gotta catch this shit. Because if you don't and you gloss over shit and you don't read these things, and you gonna miss that shit. Because you gonna take it as this is what you go. We gonna get. No, no, no. That shit. I can see it now. No, no. She's forgiving everything. No,
no,
motherfucker.
it's like the student
20K.
loans. They weren't fully forgiven. And you know what I'm saying? Like even the old loans, like
Mm.
people was lining up, thinking their loans was gonna be forgiven, and they wasn't. I'm not
Mm-mm.
blaming her. I'm just saying at the federal level,
Yeah.
I want
But I,
people
so I
to
told you that
one
shit.
day understand that shit, man. The
I told
student
you that
loans
shit
is
wasn't gonna
tied to the
fly.
economy.
I told you that when he said that student loan shit. I said, yeah. And the people that did get it were people who had jobs like teaching, police officer,
They have
doctor.
programs already that was tied to
Yeah,
that though.
tired of that shit. So and they were
Yeah,
paying
they
for
were loan
years.
forgiveness programs that they was already paying because they like
They've been
those
paying.
programs. They like
Yeah,
the
they've been paying. Like
what
they
is it,
was
the
already.
officer next door program.
Yeah, like
Come
you
on,
made
man.
you made 200 and some payments straight or whatever fuck it said.
Word.
100 payments straight, then you could get half of your shit gone and all this other shit. But that's what it said.
The word
Then the
games
next,
is wicked, man.
it's wicked, bro. It's wicked. Like that's what I'm
Killing me
saying.
right now.
You can't. That's why you gotta. You know what I mean? Even with Trump, the word game is wicked. The word
Yeah.
games is wicked. Like he playing games. They all
They
do it. They
all
all
playing
play.
games. That's what I'm
They all
saying.
play the
You
game.
gotta
So it's like
read, man.
so when you listen to them, you gotta be listening intently, understand what they saying because they go flip flop and go back and forth to whatever crowd they in front of and they trying to please. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I
some of
read
these are good.
Project 2025, man. It ain't what people making it out to be, man. The shit
I
is
mean,
scary, fam.
see, I mean, it's this. You know what I mean?
I'm
This,
just saying, like,
I mean, his shit is again like you're like, well, he's going to give police full immunity. I mean,
that's
at this
not what
point,
that says, though. It don't say that, though. Like,
I'm telling
I
you what
know, I know what you're saying, but
I'm telling you what
we
people is
read it.
running with.
Like,
I'll
they
tell you what
running with
people
that.
saying.
Like, hold
Like
on.
this.
So qualified immunity. Look at it like this. They going through a whole process right now. Somebody gets killed, whatever. They go through a whole process, and at the end of the day, if they had a legit shot or a legitimate shoot, then they ain't getting charged anyway. The only people that's
Exactly.
really getting charged is like blatant misconduct. You really murdered a person. You murdered a citizen. But at the same time, when all of that is going on, when all of this shit hit the media, the Department of Defense, signs it. There's a memo that's out there. It's legit. I checked it.
Hmm.
They have authorization. There is in the wording that they can shoot their own citizens if need be. See, they couldn't do that before.
Hmm.
You can shoot a citizen. I'm talking about military personnel. If ordered to do so, you can do it because it's legal. That shit wasn't there before.
Hmm.
See, these are little things that get passed under the radar. Like if you
Yeah.
reading stuff, yeah, man. But granted, are they going to be hunting citizens? Who knows, man? I'm not going to dig into that. Like to think that they are or aren't. But I can tell you one thing: with the price gouging that is going on, and the way that the zip code game is laid out, and the way certain foods only get delivered to certain areas, it's the same way that they do with resources for school books and things of that nature. Where one principal is crying, talking about they don't have no money. They working with a $2-3 million budget. They ain't got no money. But over here, they working with 2 or 3 million and they thriving. And it ain't a white black thing. It's like we talking about whether you can manage funds or not. Cause shit, you give me all right. You give person A $1 million for their business. They might buy 5 cars for their business. You give person B, they might buy 5 buildings.
Exactly.
Which one is better? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really think about it. Because we got to stop doing the materialism full fledged. And how about the internet targeting? There's promotional ads that they come through these games and apps, and they coming right at the kids. That's what they do. They gotta target the young mind because that's the future of their money for their generations. Like that's how their kids are gonna go to school. The only thing that's backfiring
Hmm.
is that a lot of the younger generation they
Hmm.
ain't with shits. I don't blame them.
So, all of that's all. I'm not here to change nobody. I'm just telling you, I'm reading it, and I'm just pointing out the shit that is obvious to me and doesn't,
Nah, I
it,
mean,
it
I
doesn't.
appreciate.
It
We have to
just
read it.
and the same
It's
way
better.
how
It's
we read,
better.
in the same way we read Prop 25, and we, like I said, we had a whole show on that already, but we just re-emphasized again, like what it's, the things it said, but you got to read it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to read this shit for yourself. You can't get it secondhand knowledge. You got to read and comprehend and take from that shit what you taking from it, and you got to understand that shit. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
it's not for people to tell you what it's about. It's for you to go read it and understand what it's about. You understand what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Um, so again, these are the things. I'm not talking about what she's doing for other people in the community because that shit don't fit. I'm talking about my community, and that's what we need to be focused on is our community, like our community. What is going to what are you even one of you motherfuckers going to really do to make a dent in the shit that's happening in our community?
On the
Because
federal level, not much.
not much. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So again, it's like you know what I mean. So people causing this uproar and ready to do go nuts and lose their mind for some shit that's like you looking and neither one of you to me neither one of them is a good candidate. Like I'm
Yeah,
just being honest.
absolutely. You got
Neither one of them
one
is
is unfit
like
and
I've
one is
been
not
saying this.
qualified.
I was saying this when Biden was there, and I'm saying it. She's there. Is this the best that America? These are the best people that you have to offer us, the citizens to put in front of us.
That's what
Because
you
if
put in
that's
front
it,
of us.
then like that's just what I mean. That's just nasty work to me. Like these two are not
You got
people
two
that
80-year-olds. You have Biden's 80, Trump 78, and then you got Harris who is just there. Oh, I
I
forgot
mean
about Walsh. You know,
I
yeah,
mean
we did a whole show on that, like on his
yeah,
his state and
all that shit. We talked about it.
yeah, that's
So
true,
it's
man.
like again. Here we are, days before. This is the shit. This is this. I mean,